Hey, and welcome to our community as I get a chance to sit down with the county manager for Effingham County, Tim Callanan. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Well, I tell you, you've got a county that is just bursting at the seams at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Effingham County, and there's a lot of improvements and a lot of new residents, and but we're still trying to kind of protect that rural feel that made Effingham County special. So it's a very interesting dynamic.
It is a delicate balance too, because as we know, you all have a great school system, and that's what drew so many people to the area when I was young, and that has not changed. But you have to kind of balance the needs of the new residents and development along with those who have been there for a long time. It can be kind of hard, I'm assuming.
That's right. I would say it's probably the toughest part of my job, is that you've really got to respect and protect what's there, but you also got to respect people's property rights, and we know that part of the reason that people keep coming is because we offer a really good range of services, everything from not just schools, from public safety to recreation, and we're really beefing up our parks, and so it's exciting.
One thing we always hear about with all this growth is, unfortunately, that backup on Highway 21 that sometimes goes all the way to Port Wentworth. Are there any plans for how you all can relieve that a little bit? Do you have to work hand in hand with Chatham County to come up with a real solution?
Yes, and so we are actually got a lot of support from the state on that. I think it was Speaker Burns and Representative Hitchens' big issue was to make sure that 21 was widened, and so they put, I think it's somewhere around $30 million towards it just for the design and the right-of-way acquisition to get that started. And we have to work with our partners in both Port Wentworth and Chatham and Savannah, and they've been wonderful to work with. You've got wonderful teams over there because they know this isn't just a problem for one area, it affects all of us. And we are actively in the process of getting that widened, but we're also adding an alternate to that, which is Effingham Parkway, which is which would be more of a limited access road, so not as many traffic lights, but it'll basically follows the same path of 21, and it'll get folks right to Jimmy DeLoach and right to where they want to work in Savannah and Chatham. So that, after a decades-long process, we are looking at that, the first phase of that opening in April of next year.
Oh, wow.
That's a $60 million project, and I think you're going to see a lot of relief because of that.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. And of course, as we talk about traffic, many are looking forward to that traffic light, I think at 21 near McCall Road.
Yes, and so that, you learn a lot about the process of getting a traffic light and how difficult it is. And so we've been working with GDOT to try and expedite that. They have their processes that they go by, so we've asked them if we can kind of take that over from them. And get their approval on it. They've been very accommodating. That should be up and ready to go by July. And so, and then a year after that, we're doing some kind of additional improvements to that intersection for safety purposes. So, but we know that traffic light, getting that up is a priority. It has been since I started here 6 years ago, and I'm happy that it's finally happening.
And there's a water project that's in the works, or some updates coming to it?
Yeah, and so, this is not it's an exciting thing for me, and I don't, because a lot of people have worked very hard on it. I know water and sewer projects are not the big sexy things that people like to talk about, but this really is going to make a huge impact on not just Effingham, but the entire region, where traditionally, since 1940, the water for the region has been provided by Savannah by an intake that's actually in Effingham County. And we've been working with the city of Savannah, and the manager, Jay Melder, has been wonderful, to expand that so that we can get a second intake a little bit farther northern of where theirs is, to provide water. And that's a $320 million project. It is a absolute priority for the governor's office and EPD, and we've been working hand in hand on that. And so we got the funding in February, and we are actively designing it. We hope to have that up and running sometime in before end of 2029. So that is a big deal, and we're excited to be a part of it.
You also have some good news going on with many of the parks and recreational facilities there in the county?
Yeah, and so this is the fun stuff, right? So this is the stuff that everybody wants to see, and so every single one of Effingham County's parks is getting an upgrade. We really want an equal standard, a high quality standard for every park, regardless of where it is in the county. And so all of those are in the process right now. We've got Baker Park or Baker Lake up by Springfield. That's currently closed because it's getting a full renovation. I believe at the next meeting we're going to be doing contracts for our little park in Meldrum, a park in Clio for renovations, and then we also have a small recreation facility in Springfield that we're doing. But then some big ones will be the Clarence Morgan complex that we have. That we did phase 1 about 3 years ago, or I'm sorry, 5 years ago. And phase 2 will be putting a lot of money into multi-purpose fields, which are soccer and lacrosse, which is what the big demand is right now. But I think one thing that people are really excited about is that we're going to integrate a splash pad for that as well.
Nice.
For the summertime. But every park that we build, we are building a walking trail system on it as well, because that was when we did a survey, that was the #1 thing people were asking for.
The NFL plans to